Hello my fellow Rush Maniacs and welcome to Let's Read The Legend of Zelda manual or instruction booklet like it says there. Okay, so yeah, I like reading these old manuals because, you know, most of the time when I had a like Nintendo 8-bit and 16-bit or even N64, I usually only had the cartridge because it was so much cheaper to buy used cartridge from a second-hand shop than buy the whole box with manuals. So yeah, I think by N64 I usually started buying stuff in box, but I think for most of the NES and SNES games I never had a manual or other box. But yeah, this is the first Legend of Zelda from 1986, and well, actually I didn't have this game as a kid, so I only played Zelda 2. And even that I had to loan from a friend. Okay. Thank you for selecting Nintendo Entertainment System, The Legend of Zelda pack. It's not cartridge. Okay. How to destroy Ganon. Well, that's a pretty like going straight to the end. I think that's like the last task. It's like hints how to destroy Bowser. Okay, we got the story. A long time ago, the world was in the age of, I can't read, age of chaos. It's very hard to read the text. What happened to the music? Let's put some music. There you go. In the midst of this, what is it saying? If this chaos in a little kingdom in the land of Hyrule, the legend was being handed down from generation to generation. The legend of the Triforce, golden triangles possessing mystical powers. One day, an evil army attacked this peaceful little kingdom and stole the Triforce of power. This army was led by Ganon, the powerful Prince of Darkness, who sought to plunge the world into fear and darkness under his rule. What's it saying? Feeding, fearing, peace, quick, get rule. Zelda, the princess of this kingdom, split up the Triforce of Wisdom on the 8 fragments and hid them throughout the realm to save the last reigning Triforce from the clutches of the evil Ganon. At the same time, she commanded her most trustworthy nursemaid, Impa, to secretly escape into the land and go find a man with enough courage to destroy the evil Ganon. Upon hearing this, Ganon grew angry, imprisoned the princess, and sent out a party in search of the traveler. Yeah, they could have selected a better background for this text. So wait a second, is Impa the dude who says it's dangerous to go alone? Or where's the Impa? Throwing forests and mountains, Impa fled for her life from her pursuers. As he relied the very limit of her energy, she found herself surrounded by Ganon's evil henchmen. Cornered, what could she do? But wait, all was not lost. A young lad appeared. He skillfully drove off Ganon's henchmen and saved Impa from a fate worse than death. His name was Link. During his travels, he had come across Impa and Ganon's henchmen. Impa told Link that the whole story of the Princess Zelda and the evil Ganon. Burning with a sense of justice, Link resolved to save Zelda, but Ganon was a powerful opponent. He held the Triforce of Power, and so he ordered to fight off Ganon. Link had to bring the scattered 8 fragments of the Triforce of Wisdom together to rebuild the mystical triangle. If he wouldn't do this, there would be no chance Link could fight his way into Death Mountain, where Ganon wed. Can Link really destroy Ganon and save Princess Zelda? Only your skill can answer that question. Good luck. Use the Triforce wisely. Okay, that's Impa. Her old design when she was like a grandma. Those of you who have had trouble playing this game, read the story below. Read carefully, it has lots of useful hints. Okay, is this like supposed to like hints inside the story? When Impa gave Link to the order to destroy Ganon, see what kind of order? You don't order me. She also told him the history of the land of Hyrule and the layout of the 9 underground secret labyrinths. These layouts should be somewhere in this booklet. Did you find them? Somewhere in this booklet. So why they do that? Why have the manual if the manual itself is a puzzle? Puzzle you have to solve. The big enemies often have weak points. Try using various items to treasure to attack them in a number of ways. That way you're bound to hit upon the right combination. Yeah, trial and error. Good old NES difficulty. Relying on what Impa had told him, Link has to somehow make his way to Death Mountain. Link just might be able to find out where the mountain is by carefully studying where and when the monsters appear. In the forests and mountains there are several caves, and in these caves there live merchants who will sell Link useful items as well as buying things. Here Link can get his hands on other things that he can't get elsewhere. Very clear. Not. So I don't know when exactly was the Legend of Zelda cartoon show released. I think it only had like references to the first game, and or maybe Adventure of the Link had already come out, so it could have references to that game as well. But I think it mostly was based on the first game. Maybe it came 1987 maybe. So yeah, I haven't actually seen this TV show, you know, it was before I was even born, so it would be interesting to actually have a little, you know, let's watch together, you know, reaction video, you know. I don't know. There are so many, you know, these video games, TV shows made in the late 80s and 90s, you know, there's Mega Man and there's Sonic. And there's, I think there's another Mega Man, then there's obviously a whole bunch of Super Mario cartoon shows and anime. And then there's Donkey Kong Country CGI show, so yeah. Okay, the entrances to the underground labyrinths are hidden all over the place. There are also some entrances that are really hard to find. Nevertheless, somewhere you'll be able to find hints on how to solve these riddles. And once Link's found a labyrinth, he'll always get an item of treasure. Isn't it the same thing, item and treasure? Lots of amazing things happen in the springs Link finds here and there. The fairies will give Link a whole new supply of life hearts. These aren't the only secrets to be found. Carry weapons such as boomerangs, etc. to match the enemy. This way Link can proceed with the fight more effectively. The skill to switch over quickly to the treasure select screen. Remember the sub-screen? Well, I haven't even seen the controls yet, so this text is in the wrong place. And swiftly take out the treasures is really important. If you've got this skill, Link will be able to win through to the end. The labyrinth level display is important. It shows Link the way. If Link does not fight in the right level order, he might meet a miserable end at the end of the labyrinth. Don't rush forward too fast, it's dangerous. Some of the nasties in the labyrinth are controlled by a ringleader. Link finds this ringleader, and if Link catches ringleader and does away with him first, then all the other enemies in the room will disappear. Yeah. It's interesting also that I think most of the manuals were very different to those that were released in Japan. Fortunately, I cannot read Japanese, so I cannot really do like a let's read for Japanese manuals. But maybe at some point I would like to at least check, like, and visually compare how the manuals differ. And I think the European manuals were almost identical to the US ones, except they usually had like multiple languages. Or maybe they were a little bit shorter, because if they were like I think at least the Finnish manuals had Sweden and Norwegian, Swedish and Norwegian, and Danish text as well. So yeah, lots of riddles are hidden in the underground labyrinths. Once Link's found the map and the compass, he can go forward, checking each of the passageways one by one. Walk around and find all the rooms. For this, Link will have to increase his possessions a lot. In the underground labyrinths, Link will come across some doors that will close behind him once he's passed through them. Yet, there's always a way of opening them and escaping. Even if Link's closed in on all sides, he's not allowed to give up. Try anything to get out. This is very interesting, this art style here. Is this from a cartoon? Almost looks like an anime. I really like this art style here, and the backgrounds are beautiful. Look at this hand-painted hall here. I would like to do like an animated Netflix show with this kind of art style, I've always longed for like Studio Ghibli style of Legend of Zelda show, but alas, it hasn't happened. The labyrinth, Link will come across some kind-hearted people. Some kind-hearted people who'll help him out. Listen well to what they say and discover the enemy's weak points. Okay. It this so much look like it is from at least some kind of a anime, Zelda anime. Link's going to have a difficult time trying to destroy Ganon. He's real mean. Well, that's an understatement. But even Ganon has his weak point. Some friendly character in this game is sure to tell Link about it. Link has destroyed Ganon and has managed to rescue Princess Zelda. Now that he's got a hold of the two Triforces, he once again goes off and on his travels, making his way toward countries unknown. Who knows what the future holds for Link? Okay, so you said that, okay, game's over. Nicely done. Creating your own Link character. That's a weird way to say it, that you can just enter any name. Link, the hero of the Legend of Zelda, does not yet exist. You create Link by first registering your player name. You may create a total of 3 different Link characters. Yeah, I'm not gonna read that. Raising old Link character. Elimination mode. Why it has to sound like some kind of arcade racer. Let's do elimination mode. Start your engines. Use this mode carefully to. Yeah, I think most of people my age remember that when they like loaned a game to your friend or some cousin, it would always come out erased completely, and then you would be so mad because they erased your like 40-hour progress. At least remember that I gave my Yoshi's Island cartridge for a weekend to a friend, and when I got it back, all my gameplays had been erased. Jeez. And I think that it's always maybe better to, if you create a save state, put it on a third or second slot, because then the new player will create a new game, and then he or she will only wipe out the first slot. But yeah, I don't think it was never done on purpose. Game over option. Yeah, this was one of the first games that allowed you to save, which was very like a new thing. Usually you had to play the whole game in one sitting, and many games, even on Super NES era, forced you to play the game from start to finish in one sitting. So that's kind of sucks, because you never know how much time you have to play the game before your mother calls you to do something else. But usually when you start a new game you don't get too far, so it's only later on when you have played the game for months you are actually can realistically thinking be able to finish the game when you start it. But yeah, it's a good half save. And there's lots of warnings here. If you are saving your game information for later play, you must hold the reset button on the control deck while turning off the power. Failure to do may result in loss of the stored game. Oh, wait a second. Doesn't it only save it? Restore link position again, back memory. What is this then? You must hold the reset button while turning off the power. Do not press power reset switches of the time. From the time that you have saved the game up to the when the select display appears. Okay, I don't know about that. Playing with a friend. Take turns. Your friend can start a game using different Link character. Anytime you may end your game with a sub-screen display. Don't press A button on controller 2 and control pad. But what if you don't have a controller 2, second controller? That's weird way. I don't know if there's a like technical explanation why they couldn't do with the controller 1. Battery is used to retain the player's data for 5 years. One day, if this is true, maybe I would think that it was more than 5 years for many people. Probably more, almost like 15 years. But if you have the game in 1986, I think by now for sure it's wiped out. Okay, let's basic wisdom. Let's start Link's journey. Let's get on with the game and begin Link's battle with evil. I know you just can't wait to send Link on his adventure, but first, let's master some basics. Pause restart button for selecting sub-screen, for attacking, for using and attacking gadgets. What are the main and sub-screens? To play this game well, you really have to be able to use these two screens skillfully. Well, if you don't use the sub-screen at all, you're an idiot. I like this face. What is it? Here's a useful little hint. You can change over the sub-screen even during fight and choose the most effective item or treasure to use against enemy. Well, obviously, just press start. Okay. Link meets all sorts of challenges above and underground. Fighting first starts in the overworld, a land where you cannot tell left from right. What do you mean? What type of places will Link fight and pursue his adventure in? Read on. The overworld. Forests, lakes, mountains. Link must fight many enemies in a beautiful and natural world. We can be pretty certain, however, that some good-natured people living in these places will help him out and be his allies in his fight against evil. The underworld is an underground maze of dangerous labyrinths. Link will find many more enemies living inside the labyrinths than he does in the overworld. The fragments of the Triforce of Wisdom that Link is after are hidden somewhere inside these labyrinths. Let's learn some skills for battling the enemy. Okay, first of all, use the sword. Link can use his sword to inflict damage on almost all of the enemy. Use button A for the sword. The enemy will flash when wounded and will be knocked backwards. Link can get 3 types of swords each with different striking power. These swords are displayed inside frame A at the top of the main screen. We got sword, white sword and magical sword. Link can also use the treasures, that is items, such as bow and arrow instead of his sword. Use button B to get these treasures. Did you remember? These treasures that Link can use right now are displayed in frame B above the main screen. You can find many entrances to get into the labyrinths in the ruins. However, sometimes where an entrance will be, you can find them hidden deep in the forests or mountains. Look carefully, you never know. Use the shield to fend off the enemy's attacks. When Link is not attacking, he can use the shield that is always by his side to fend off the enemy's attacks. Don't forget, there are some enemy attacks that Link can't defend against. Link has this from the start of his adventure. Use it to protect him from the spears and rocks that the enemy throws. Yeah, I don't know why he cannot use it while attacking. This is bigger than the other shield. Use it to fend off the enemy's spells and rocks. And Chola's ball, you mean Chora? The white hearts tell you how wounded Link is. As the enemy attacks Link, the life hearts at the top of the main screen turn white. These hearts show how much life Link has remaining. The red hearts are Link's life force. When they all turn white, that's the end of Link and the end of the game. When they are all red, Link can throw his sword to attack the enemy from distance. Oh, it's supposed to be a throw. I thought it was like beam. I think it is supposed to be a beam, and the who wrote this manual doesn't know what he's talking about. Link can't launch the raft unless he's at dock. The magic and the mystery. As Link continues his adventure, he may find lots of magical items. If you don't know how to use them, Link will never be able to get the better of Ganon. Rubies. Why with the B? Rubies are the money used in this kingdom. Okay, if Link collects enough of them, he can buy treasure from the merchant. Blue rubies are worth 5 times more than the yellow ones. In all, Link can own up to 255, like 8-bit number of yellow rubies. He may use them in any way he likes. Okay, we've got heart containers and heart key and magic key. The magical key is very useful. Link can use it over and over again. Once he's got this magical key, A will be displayed showing that he's unstoppable. I think you get this from the final dungeon anyway, so it's not very useful. Ladder. This item of treasure lets Link cross holes or rivers that are as wide as he is. Raft. Link can float across seas and lakes when he launches this from a dog. And a letter to little old lady. It's very like a recurring item. When you choose this letter at the submenu and press button B, Link can show the letter to the little old lady who lives inside one of the many caves. Blue and red rings. The blue ring reduces the damage inflicted by the enemy by half, and the red ring reduces damage to 1/4. Power bracelet. This bracelet gives Link's amazing inner strength. He can even lift giant rocks. Magical clock. The enemy stops moving when Link has this. Mind you, it works only for the screen he is on at the moment. What you find when you press button B. wooden boomerang and magical boomerang. Magical boomerang flies further than the wooden boomerang. Bomb. Set one of these and Link can overpower the enemy with the explosive blast. For each bomb he picks up, he gets 4 bombs. Link can carry at most 8 bombs. At the beginning of the game he can't have any more than this number, so use them sparingly. Bow and wooden and silver arrows. Link can use them only if he has both the bow and an arrow. For each arrow Link shoots, he loses 1 ruby. Yeah, that was interesting that there's no like separate count for arrows, like bombs. I don't know what was the reason that you use rupees as the like unit for arrows. Makes no sense. Oh, by the way, there are some enemies that can be disposed of using only the bow and arrow, so be alert. Blue and red candles. Some of the rooms inside of the labyrinths are really dark, so use these to brighten them up. Blue candles are good for one screen only, but the red ones can light up rooms for several screens. Whistle. A really mysterious magical item. Use it and it'll amaze you with what it can do. Okay, it doesn't want to spoil you. Enemy bait. Link can use this bait to lure the enemy and bump them off as they come to eat it. But watch out, this doesn't work for some of the enemy. I don't actually remember this item at all. At least you don't get it from the first dungeon. Water of life. Drink this and all of Link's life hearts will turn red. Red water turns blue when Link sips it. Drink the blue water and that's the last of the water. Oh, I thought these were like magic meter, but no. Just blue is less than red. Magic wand. This is the wand that Witch Trope uses. Wave it to let loose magic spells. What's more, if Link picks up the magic book and learns some new spells, he can chant some fierce spells and send out flames. Now, let's get the Triforce together. They are arranged as shown in this picture. Whirlwind. You can really see the scan lines of the TV when they took a picture. Let's just say the whistle is the most mysterious of all treasures in this game. Blow the whistle and it'll happen. Let out a strange sound. People say it opens paths for Link. Try blowing and see what happens. All of Link's life hearts turn red when he finds a Triforce fragment hidden in the labyrinth. He will also return to a labyrinth entrance. The Triforce fragments are displayed in the picture in the sub-screen at each level as Link finds them. Remember, the magical whistle? Well, once he's collected the last Triforce fragment, Link can warp to the entrance to the 9th labyrinth by blowing the whistle and summoning the whirlwind. Well, there you have what the whistle does, but here you couldn't say it. It gives the overworld. Okay, there seems to be some kind of a guide here. First of all, look at the top left of the main screen. Use your little map there. This is Link's radar. You can use it to check roughly where he is. If you're playing for the very first time, you should be able to find Link at the scene in the photo on the right. Why is the radar missing here in the picture? So far so good. Now use the cross button to move Link to the edge of the screen. When you get there, it scrolls right and the screen changes over the neighboring scene. Do the same again and Link moves to the next scene. That's how we can keep Link moving onto the new scenes and new adventures. Wow! Scrollable scenes. but it doesn't scroll, it just switches and there's a transition. So yeah. It wasn't until Zelda 2 that you can have like a properly scrolling areas. And not just one area that is like which is unscrollable. Link can meet all sorts of people above ground, not just enemies. Old men, little old ladies. Okay. The nasty characters Link bumps into the overworld. Tektite, Octorok, Lever, P-Hat. It's interesting that I think yeah, these are all in Ocarina of Time. These are the Goron City path, and these are the path to the Soras fountain, and these are in the near the Spirit Temple, and these while huge are in the Hyrule Field. Link's young. P-Hat. This is the ghost of a flower that bounces and flutters around the piece. You can eliminate it only when it's standing still. The water of life is a medicine that can beat anything, so those who don't have the right credentials can't buy it. In order to show your credentials, you have to also, I'm sorry, you have to find that out yourselves. Good luck. What an asshole. I was expecting them to say, if you want to learn more, buy a Nintendo Power magazine. Now in stores. Just $9.99. I don't know how much it cost. Moblin. A bulldog-like goblin who lives in the forest. Yeah, these were in the sacred sacred forest near the forest temple. A little bit meaner than Octorok. Armos, supposed to be like Iron Knuckle, soldier who has been turned into stone. It's those stone statues that we need to explode with the bomb. Although in Ocarina of Time they are like statues. Yeah, they have legs, at least in this picture. Guinea. This is an item that's not in the later games. It was replaced by Pose. The ghost who lives in the graveyard. There are two types. There are Guineas who are there from the beginning of the game, and those who appear when Link touches the gravestones. Guineas have about the same attacking force as Armos. Linel. Yeah, these are not in later games either. Linel, the guardian who attacks all those who come near Death Mountain. Watch out, he's pretty strong, and Link's little shield can stop his sword. Zola, not Zora. Half fish, half woman. Wait a second. Are they meaning that they are all female? Who lives in the water? When she sticks her head out of the water, she lets out a ball that Link's little shield can't hold back. Rock. These rock crumble off Death Mountain and fall down to attack Link. He can destroy this natural nuisance. Yeah, I don't think they are rocks. They don't attack. They are nothing with a mind. So they just happen to be thrown down from the Death Mountain. I don't know why. Maybe there's a spell there. Fairies. Caves are not only in the places you can see. What was that you said? I looked for the caves in every nook and corner, but I couldn't find them anywhere. Well, you know, they're not only in the places you can see. Link just might be able to pass through the pathways. He hasn't been able to get through by using something else. Get the gist? In other words, use the bombs. Use the bombs. Legend has it that there are caves in every possible place above ground. Link is bound to find them as long as he has enough power. Get the idea? Why so cryptic? Well, I guess it's more fun if you can find them out yourself. That you can bomb things. Okay. Now that Link's found an entrance to the labyrinth, I was going to say, well, he can at last begin his fight to find the Triforce fragments. Once Link steps inside the underground labyrinths, the above ground radar at the top of left of the screen turns into the radar of the labyrinths. What's more, if Link has the map of the labyrinths, then the map also will be displayed on the radar. There's also the levels display. If you think that the present labyrinth level is too tough for Link's judging from previous experience, then it would be wiser to get out and fast. Yeah, that's good if you start accidentally by going into the level 4. I think you can go straight to the level 4 labyrinth. That's gonna be a problem if you have only 3 hearts and no boomerang and no. Okay, yeah, this is just like guiding you through the first dungeon. Will Link be locked in, unable to get back? That's secret. Shh! Shut up! That's a secret. Shut up! The caves where people live are invisible closed doors. How to open them? That's a secret. Do you have a stonecutter to know the secrets? There are other treasures as well as Triforce. Yeah. Find the map of the 9 labyrinths and the compass. The picture below shows some notes above the labyrinths. Link wrote them down from what Impa told him. Find the map, it's much more accurate. What is this? Eagle Moon. Is this supposed to like represent the layout of the labyrinth? Yeah, there's the famous swastika. Wonder if an Ninja got into trouble with this. But you know, everyone should know that it's not a Nazi symbol. Just after starting the game, if you make sure Link always goes to where the fairy lives, remember the kind of fairy who revives your life hearts, then the game will be easier to you. The enemies that attack Link in the underground labyrinth. So we got Joel and Gel, Rope, was a snake, Wire, Veer, and Keys. Yeah, obviously these are from Jabu Jabu in Ocarina of Time. I don't think there are any snakes in Ocarina of Time, but many keys, no wires. Talfos are in a forest temple. Little attacking power. Wall Masters in forest temple as well. Goria. I don't think these are in any other Well, I think these are in Link, Adventure of the Link. Like throwing boomerang. Watch out for the blue ones, they are strong. Then we got Witch Robe. These were also in Adventure of the Link. We need a reflect spell. But yeah, I don't think they... Well, this is also in a Link to the Past, I don't remember, but not in Ocarina of Time. Oh, there's Dark Nut, yes. Iron Knuckle. I don't actually know the difference between Dark Nut and Iron Knuckle. I think they're the same. The knight who lives in the labyrinths. He has lots of attacking power. He repels Link's attacks from the front with his shield. Pulse Voice. Ghost with big ears and weak point. He hates loud noise. Yeah, if you have a Famicom disc system, you can just use your own voice to kill them. But you know, here in this context, it doesn't make any sense because there's no. It also tricks people to use the whistle. Oh, maybe you can use the whistle to kill them. No. Oh, wait a second. Do you use whistle? I can't remember. Lanmola. Gigantic centipede. Gigantic centipede attacking his head won't work. Boy. My boy. Does he move fast? Like, yeah, classic enemy. Ocarina of Time. Kibdo. I think Kibdo is in Majora's Mask. It's like a, but that's I think that's just like a Red Dead with you know, these whatchamacallit, toilet paper around. Moldorm, the huge worm living in the labyrinths. It grows smaller as Link attacks. Not so strong. Yeah, I don't think these were in other games. The donjos were. Giant Rhinoceros. Hasn't got so much attacking power, but it bounces off attacks with its thick hide. Manghandler. I think these were in Chabu Chabu. Or was this the boss fight of Chabu Chabu? Large man eating flour with hands sticking out in all 4 directions. Yeah, no, these are not jellyfishes. It moves faster as it loses its hand. It's pretty mean, so watch out. An Aquamentus. No, these are not in any other game that I'm aware of. A type of dragon that some call a unicorn. As well as having lots of attacking power, it's a fearful opponent. It emits mean beams. Why is everything mean? More often than not, the shutter devices are closed by the magical power of the enemy. In that room, the shutter will open if Link disposes of the enemy. Get the message? Yeah. Clear the room. What you're waiting for? Go get them. Patra. Hey, these screenshots are so low quality. Can hardly see the enemy with the due to scan lines. The analog of the CRT monitor, TV. The Patra attacks in groups. In 2 types of formation. Both formation groups are strong, so be on your toes. Yeah, I don't remember these. Well, there's flying eyeballs in Zelda 2, so maybe they are like those. Big sea urchins. In spite of the big bodies, they shrivel up when attacked. Okay, we got some good music playing in the background. Didn't fall in. But watch out, they come out pretty strong. Goma. The super huge crab that lives in the labyrinths. What shell will repulse any attack? And then here we got the boss fights. At least in Ocarina of Time this was supposed to attack its weak point with a special weapon. Cleok, huge dragon that has 2 foreheads and spits out beams of Link. Heads that Link cuts off from its body fly around in the air. Head of Cleok, bubble. The spirit of the dead. When it clings on the Link, he won't be able to unsheathed his sword for a while. Weird word. Yeah, obviously this is in Link Adventures. Traps and stone statues. Somebody placed these in the labyrinth a long time ago. They suddenly attack Link when he approaches them. So you've really got to watch out. The trap moves down. Move again until they've gone back to their original position. Take this opportunity to get forward. Well, you should move as soon as they start moving back to their original position. That should be a better advice. Now the fight to death with Ganon. Okay, Link has collected the 8 fragments and completed the rifle's wisdom. Now he's ready to fight Ganon in the depths of Death Mountain. What is Ganon? What's Ganon like? Nobody knows. Nobody has lived to tell the tale. Link's no match for Ganon and his might. Whatever attack Link uses, Ganon just repels him. But if Link could only use the magical sword and some other object, he'll manage to topple the mighty Ganon. Other object? What's that? Buy Nintendo Power and Nintendo Legend of Zelda guidebook. Now in bookstores. Better to the rooms Link can get into the map. There's bound to be a hidden passageway in the rooms that Link's already passed through. Keep your eyes open. Okay, we got the complete strategy for getting to level 1. Okay, now get the sword. Go north, young man. Then east into the forest. Well, you don't have to go that way. You can go the other way as well, like I did. Link will surprise himself if he hits upon Paul's voice, the monster with big ears, weak points. Do this by... Sorry, that's secret. That's only for Famicom. So, what do you even put this here? If you mean that using your own voice in a microphone. They didn't know what they were doing when they wrote this manual. It's interesting that these manuals never have like who translated it. Missing all the credits. Usually. Go north and to the lake. Link's found the bridge. Cross the bridge to the Eagle Labyrinth. Map to get level 2 underground labyrinth. Get there, Link has to go around the outer right of the map and pass through the big forest. Mind your step. This is a subway, metro, underground. Don't get lost. Well, this map is incomplete. It's not. This part is not even drawn here. It's missing this. How do you get from here to there? Well, obviously by going here, but it's not showing the thing. But this is nice, like overworld map. Oh, yeah. Oh, and then the manual ends. Okay. Oh, wait a second. We got still some. Oh, wow. This is like additional pamphlet showing the things. Man, these are low. Barely can even recognize what's going on here. Could they get like sprite data from Nintendo? Obviously not. Okay, there's a whole overworld. The Lost Woods. It's not showing the secret. How to get through the Lost Woods. I think it's left, right, up, down or something like that. Oh, it's showing this level 1. To get to level 3 you have to cross the land. And level 2. Yeah, when I started playing this last week I beat level 2 boss, but I didn't go to the dungeon, so I didn't get the items. I think it's gonna be the latter, because if you don't get it, you're not able to get to level 3. Okay, some secrets here. So then you need raft for level 4. Is it showing where the level 5 is? Not really. Yeah, it's missing a bit. I think it's also missing the Death Mountain area completely, yeah. It's a secret. What will this old man give Link? Well, I don't know. Link needs this letter to buy information later. Listen carefully. Stay a while and listen. You have to pay the old woman for valuable information, or you can just use save states and get it for free. Haha. Sucker. With an arrow. Okay, yeah. Find these hidden passageways using certain item. Okay, why is that? Oh, it's here. Okay. That's the graveyard. Yeah, they're not spoiling everything here. There's question marks and areas missing. You must gather your code before venturing forth. Use a bomb to blow up a rock. Who knows what you'll find? Use the candle to burn a tree. Sometimes things are hidden underneath. Use something special to gain inner strength. You can remove even large boulders. Gain enough wisdom and you'll know how to summon the wind and ride a tornado to enter the underground. I don't remember where that was supposed to be used. Maybe like here. What is this? Why is this so big? It is tips for underworld survival. You can go forward. Maybe you should try the bomb and make your own door. Get a clue from the old man. Defeat all the enemy. What's this? Where am I? Remember where the secret underground passageways are. The larger the labyrinth, the more secret passageways there are. If you don't draw a map, you're sure to get lost. Well, there's a compass and map you get. Impa recounts Zelda's parting words. Princess Zelda had anticipated the difficulty of finding the entrances to the level 7, 8, and 9 labyrinths. He gave the following clues to Impa, who passed them on to Link. The mysterious sealed entrance to the level 7 labyrinth is in the brown, dead forest. Go to the far east-west fountain and do something special. Use the candle to burn trees and find the hidden entrance to the level 8 labyrinth. An old man who lives near the ocean can tell you which tree in the green forest covers the entrance. The 2 huge rocks high on Death Mountain are known by the people as Spectacle Rock. Be patient, use the learned skill and knowledge. Oh yes, some rooms in the labyrinths can only be reached through underground tunnels. Those tunnels can be discovered only by moving certain blocks, but first destroy all the enemies in the room. Be strong and wise. Zelda waits your rescue. Yeah, well, this is quite helping, this manual. So if you grew up without the manual, you probably had a little bit more trouble finding things, but you know, that was the era before internet. You had to solve things and find things yourself. Sometimes you couldn't, you know. I have many games that I got stuck completely and never could finish them or get further. Usually, mostly because of the difficulty. Like I never beat the first Super Mario Bros. Or Super Mario Bros. 3. I would always die in the last world, 8 worlds. So, but that was just because I was a bad player, not because I couldn't solve a puzzle. What is this? How to make an adventure map. The map will help you discover the overall shape of the labyrinth. The compass will show you where the Triforce fragment is. Don't forget to look for the secret underground passageways within the higher level labyrinths. In some cases you must find those passageways before you can proceed. Watch out for traps. Through each room as you go to keep track of things. You may need your map to guide a hasty retreat. The arrow indicates the entrance to the labyrinth. Level 3. Level 4. Snake. Okay, you get the raft. You get the ladder. Old man will tell you weakness, Goma. Get whistle. Get the magic wand. Get the candle. Yeah, this is spoiling quite a lot. And level 8 you get the key, super key. You finally made it to the last labyrinth. You absolutely must make a map to avoid getting lost in the numerous secret passageways. Death Mountain. When do you get the silver arrow? Not showing. You asked for it. I didn't. Here it is, the complete guide to level 1 and 2 labyrinths. Yeah, this was so easy. It's difficult to fight in close. Fill up the hearts and then attack from a distance by throwing your sword. Link has the bow and arrow, use it even easily. Well, you probably don't have it unless you get the bow and then go back to buy the back to overworld to buy the arrows. And 2 more. Yeah, I already beat the to defeat it, Link must... What a clickbait. Okay, you get like purple boomerang. Oh, is this the end? I'll read what it say. Map and strategies. This map holds useful information. Ganon with double N. Okay. Yeah, it's also always nice to read these old manuals. And especially the 80s ones, they are quite charming with their own, usually with own art style. In the 90s they would just use the assets provided by the game company, but sometimes in these 80s they would have like their own artist draw the things in the manual, which would quite often differ quite a lot from the real art style, like Mega Man box and Mega Man 2 box. But you know, thanks for watching. I'll see you the next time. Bye bye.